everyone, and welcome back to FS22, so FS25. Clang. Right, so it's now May. Our fields should be getting growing again. At the end of the last episode, I went and collected that new massive water tanker and used it to top up the cows and also, so the cows now have, as you can see there, all that water. Not a lot of food left, but hopefully do that week. In the production, so our first job of the day is going to be to sell that cabbage. Let me get to 101. Cabbage lettuce in it. Unfortunately, it's not quite as good a price. 17.83. Oh, the farmer's kiosk. Now, I'll take that because at least it's nice and close. We're going to sell that first, and then I'm going to sort out the bales. We're going to just pile them up neatly by the side of the animal enclosure, and then once they're fermented, they might have already done. I seem to recall it was 2 months, not single months. Once they're fermented, we can start feeding them to the cows. Then hopefully, because they don't seem to use gigantic amounts, so that should be a good few months supply. See, there's the new water trailer, by the way, if you've not seen it. All black. But yeah, I literally filled both of these. I'll be able to do them both in one hit, and if I keep on top of them, that's how it should always be. And our oat field is growing nicely. So how many extra lettuce do we have? 2,000. That should be another 2 pallets on top of what's already here. So about the same as last time. I'm not going to make quite as much as last time because it's not as good a time to sell them, but I'm at the point where I kind of want the money and I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of final cost in order to just to get. It's also a little bit unrealistic that you would just spend a year sat with pallets of lettuce out in the sun because you get a better price. I do try and play it to that token. With that in mind, we really need to consider what we're doing with the contents of the silo. Obviously wheat, we're going to have a load more. The trouble is, we've only got a tiny trailer. I mean, this is also a trailer, this only holds a couple of thousand. And we had a Brantner power tube in the use, it's still there. Oh, now that makes more sense, because if we compare that to our trailer now, you see, oh, nope. Oh, that. 4,000, I think I was instead at 8. And would sell for 3 grand, so for 15 we could up to 12, which still is not a lot really. But would be more. More than we're getting right now. It's worth a thought. I'd probably not, and I'd rather save and go for something a lot bigger when the opportunity arises. I'm going to put the straps on that just so they don't move. Yeah, something that will give us. I mean, what's in the trailer options these days? Because, like I say, we're still early on in there. So that's what we have now. I believe we have it with. What we could do actually, if we can get the money together, is keep this as a bell trailer. Tempting to keep this as a bell trailer and have something else. You know, I don't like that. Something like that would be good. I mean, obviously the only thing that uses that is superb. Possibly even a little too big for the tractors we currently have. But the problem I've got is a bigger trailer doesn't make you more money. It speeds up the process of you getting the money. But right now I'm worried that we're a little bit stagnant here on the farm. We need to start moving things forward. I'm seriously considering taking out a loan and picking up one of these nearby fields. I mean, all these fields have now been planted, so what's... it looks like we've got a lot of things we don't really want to deal with. Your parsnips, your corn, and you guys... I mean, these 2 sorghum fields here, 8 or 9, would be 197 for that one. I mean, that 197 for that's a lot of sorghum that would give us. One place, you should be spawning us another, shouldn't you? Nope. It's the spawn. Oh, because it spawned it over there, didn't it? Sorry, folks, that's my bad. But yeah, I'm thinking if we get another. I take out a 200 grand loan. Buy another piece of land. A lot of loan. That's the problem, it is a lot of loan. It's going to be hanging over, and unfortunately, I was kind of hoping that Giants might have looked at, because if we had the mod for the loan system, I was kind of hoping that Giants might have looked at that and made that the default loan system, because it was so much better that you actually did pay off what you were. You know, with a giant system, you only really, I guess the nearest thing in real life is you only pay interest. Because every month you don't actively pay them back loan, your loan doesn't go down. Even though you're paying and you're paying, which will say doesn't actually take any off your loan. Which isn't a great system. What we have for now, hopefully it's looking like especially a lot of these mods like that, and not too difficult to port over straight from 22, and if that's the case, then I'm expecting to see, like I say, the park vehicle mod and stuff have already come over, which is fantastic. Oh, I made a real balls of that, didn't I? If we can get a few more of those, then things will start to improve what we can do. So, folks, at the time of you guys have this publishing, this should by my maths be 2025. So we're playing Farms in 25 in 25, which is nice. I'll get off it. Thank you. I hope the new year was good to you. I hope last year was good to you in general, folks. Also, I had a good 24 towards the end. A lot of big life changes happened, which I'm slowly getting used to. I'm never somebody who's overly good at change, as anybody who knows me will tell you, so it's taken some getting there, but things are good. Things are generally good. We're just learning to adjust as we go along, as always. I didn't realise this trailer, actually, if you got the extension, that's a little light on it, look. That's awesome. Yeah, our three cows, health is now climbing, so hopefully that should mean we might be able to see offspring from them. If that's the case, there's going to be finally some money made out of them, because they've just been out there costing us money so far. There's this come to here. 12,000, so we're up to 51, which is good. What I'll do now is I'll top the trailer off with Walter. You can laugh a bit for me. I'll go and get the bells collected. So, bear with me, this probably will look painful even on a time lapse, but I'm going to try. So. Jesus, I really do suck at this. I've been far too reliant on autoloader, so I need to learn. So this is actually doing me a favor, teaching me a little on how to get this to work. I was hoping to get the entire field done there, not just 6. And I realised as well, in real life you wouldn't be just stabbing, you'd be using one of those grab bale forks. Now, from what I've heard, you can actually do this because they can actually just like seal them with tape. That's good. I also realised with this how cruel this is. Those cows are probably there just are starving because I'm not feeding them a lot. Because here I am putting piles of their food just out of their reach over the fence. But they could probably lean over. If I rip the back out one, they could just lean over and have a nibble at it while it was there. I genuinely thought there was a baby in there. Then no, it was a deer. Those deer. Those deer were ready with FS22, as we all well know, and the amount of times I've seen them in silly places. I'm gonna go for it. I go for full. Once again, I'm asking for the farm sim bale physics to launch all of these at some stage, but I'm gonna get one more on top. I'll be quite happy. I'll put the next ones in front. But yeah, I'm actually really happy for this. This isn't a big grass field, so I am thinking seriously about taking out a loan, buying that sorghum field just over there, because it's a big field as well. It's nice and close to the farm, so we've not got a lot of commute or anything. That's about 200,000. We'd end up with about 10 grand more than we have now after buying it. Obviously, the field's probably not in that good condition, but we can deal with that. We'd have to deal with that once we got to the point of when we're doing everything else. So it'd be a case of next planting season, we'd figure out what we're putting in it. Plant it up. And I'm gonna guess it's probably not fertilised or anything, so we've got field 8 there. Oh, it's fully fertilised, it's 100% fertilised. It's also full of weeds. But does that at that point render it worth us renting the sprayer again? Because we then have 2 fields to do. We could even get a contract. I think that could be, you know. I'd take out 200 grand loan. That should cover the cost of everything. We should be able to buy the field. As soon as the game will let me borrow 200k, I've not looked at what the max you'll let me borrow is. If I let me borrow 200k, I'd be able to buy that field, rent the sprayer, herbicide that field, do our oat field while I'm there. 100% fertilised, we should be in great yield out of it come harvest time. And it's another nice big field on our farm, ready to be used next year. So I think that's actually a really good idea. I think that's, I'm talking myself into, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also trying to convince myself. Yeah, nice little triangle of bales. Looks like I'm setting up a... Oh, I hope the custom colours mod comes out, because I'm so setting up like a pool table, pool triangle with bales. That is so going to be an episode. 4 more after these. That's like... not quite. That's going to be another 1 more layer. I say this field will be ready for cutting in probably in 2 months now. I have no need to. I don't have to. I need to other than just to keep it moving. I may choose to do it and then do myself a load of bales just to sell. Gotta be worth considering. Right folks, ignore this because this is the slightly unrealistic part. But it does work. Obviously once they've made, I know it's as well they were like 37%, so I'm guessing that means it's 3 months. 3 months for them to fully ferment. Actually, 4 more from that. If I do 1 more, then I should make another perfect little triangle. Is that beaky going very close to my ear? See, I've still got the narrow tyres on the Challenger because they're not actually that narrow, so it doesn't look that ridiculous. Only if I can unwrap one of these bales and give them just a grass bale for now. I'm just thinking, obviously it's not going to be as good a yield, yield on the grain. Because as effective reproduction wise, but it'll just mean they wouldn't run out of food. Hopefully until these silage bales were ready. I might actually be able to just put one of these grass bales on there, just go on and count as grass. Because they don't seem to be getting the meadow grass yet, which I'm hoping they would, because we're at the time of year where it should be growing pretty well. Oh Christ. See what I mean by I'm not very good at this? I say I expect farm sim physics to cause a problem with that at some point, but if it doesn't, it does look really nice there like that. So once I've done this, I'm going to check out and see if it will let me borrow enough money. Do that. Because if it will, in exchange for that, it will make us a lot. Because if nothing else, that sorghum that's on it, 100% fertilizer will be a good yield. And then the last one I'm going to try putting into the trough and see if they'll accept it as a grass bale. I'm guessing, technically, if you got it to 50%, then it could be classed as a shandy. Silage shandy. Hopefully not coming to a bar near you soon. Although it does sound like a good name for like a country band. Sorry, I'm making myself laugh here, which I probably shouldn't do, but... Okay, I've managed to clip that corner off. See if it will take it. Just a grass bell. Yes, it appears it has done, so that's good. Yes, it's taking it as a grass, but that's alright, and that I can live with. It's not that I'm going to run out of food. Their health is climbing all the time. Right then, let's see what the game will do us for the loan system. We'll limit about 200,000. Yes, it will. Right then. It's my plans in business. We've now bought that. We then go into here. Same spray we always use. We're going to go a little bit less out with it because we're not going to have quite the same. Yeah, so we've lost about 1,000, but it is speculated to accumulate. By the way, I noticed something the other day. That laundry just changed from time to time. It's back now, but if you look at last month's, it's actually empty. Or maybe it's only just a rain thing. That would be awesome if it was the case. Right, so we grab that, we grab the herbicide. Then we need to do 8 and 3 and 4. So I'm going to start with the herbicide I get from them. Now I might need some more if I need some mulch. There goes the sign. If I need some more, I'll grab. I think we have 1 pallet of it still. That sorghum looks weird. There's definitely sorghum in it. Yes, it is. The way it was in perfect rows like that just gave me worrying flashbacks to potatoes. Once again, obviously the contract situation is always available to me, and I'm thinking once harvest season comes around, I'll look for more mowing ones. Let's see stuff I can do with what I already have. There's nothing there. Fertilizing field 91. Now I could do that with this least one. But it's just how much fertilizer we'd use would be the problem. I have to buy like 2 things of fertilizer. There's the money gone. I guess that's more for if we've got to the point where I'm making a lot of slurry. Yep, I'm borrowing this thing again. Yep, so now it's full. I say hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. It's not too big a field, but it is a nice size versus I'm not bothered about buying little. The only reason I would buy a very little piece of field, like let's say for example, even field 9, no field 9. There was one I saw earlier, just like on the edge. You know, very little fields, I never see the point of like 56 there, 57, 56. The only reason I buy a field like that would be to build a yard on it. Because you can buy ones like that usually for not a lot. Right then. So we're now gonna kill all the weeds. Get lined up in the right place. I lowered it by accident, didn't I? Yes, I did. B, you want David, not B. So here we are, we're now going to de-weed this field, so I'll see you when I've done them both. And that, folks, is that field looking a bit happier with itself. So that's both fields now herbicided. I'm just going to quickly fly back to the store, grab the last bit of herbicide out of the barrel there. I did go back to the store and refill between fields. And then I hadn't thought about it till now. While we've got this machine, I may as well sorbit herbicide, fill it with liquid fertilizer, and quickly give this grass field. At least that's complete one stage of fertilization, which means in theory we should get the exact same out of it next time as we got last episode. I've also come to realise this could actually come down to be for the first time in a long time I may do a full episode without hiring a single AI. It shows either I'm really missing cosplay or that the new improved one from FS22 from 25 is actually doing a really good job. I must admit that steering assist makes jobs like that. I usually hate jobs like that, especially where you can't see. It's not so bad when you're fertilising onto like a blank field, because you can see the bits you've missed. If you look at the map now, you can see that. If I take the... Actually, that's still one layer, so if I fertilise, I'll actually go to 100% fertilised. I always thought grass lost a stage. Maybe grass can't go below first stage fertilisation. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the opportunity, I'm hoping to be able to basically condense, because we've got herbicide, we have got at least one, it's hardly anything in there. We've got at least one back at the farm. I'm going to put it into this machine first, then try and unload it. There's the rain. Because my theory is it should put it all into one, which is just one less item for the game to have to watch on the map. I think it's a throwback to my console days where I'm used to trying to keep the numbers of stuff down. So yeah, we'll get this quickly so I get the field fertilised and then find another job, I guess. We'll look at top the animals and the water if I don't want to spend any more just yet. As I say, we are actually now a little bit more ahead on money, but I'd like to get us a little bit more comfortable. But maybe we should go and sell, like, I don't know, the wheat or the canola. I know we're not going to get the absolute greatest price, but rather than having just sat in our asylum. Over the weeks, I think all the wheat, and there's the canola, all the canola will fit in one trailer. I might just go and sell that wherever the best price is. Right, which one of you is our herbicide? It's you there in the red one. If I back up to that first, there's enough in there to... Yeah, you see. I go and unload it. Boom. So I'm going to grab the fertilizer. Hopefully, once you grab the herbicide again now, just go. Nope, it's only right. I don't know how full that one was, but let's just check, make sure it's not. See, so I've done it again, so that means now when I don't think I'll use all of this, but when I unload it, I'll just unload one. Also, one thing I didn't realise now, the game clearly remembers old courses. You see that I pulled up to here because I've done this before. It's remembered the course. Right, so is that going to 100%? It is. Oh, that is awesome. Yes, we're going to get even better yield out of this field next time than we got on the last one. Which is just amazing. It always looks to me, sometimes the angle of the camera, like it's actually crabbing slightly. It's just me not having the camera quite right. So next time, I'm seriously thinking about getting a chainsaw. Doing a bit of logging. We can get a bit of logging done. Huh. No tornadoes in the upcoming. No, there isn't. Maybe... I'm assuming this map, I've definitely got them enabled. Disaster destruction enabled. I've definitely got them enabled, so I don't know why we've not seen any yet, but I suppose I should be happy that we haven't. I mean, I thought there's gonna be a whole video of Storm chasing an FS25. I'm waiting for some more mod pickups for that. Yeah, this shouldn't take me very long at all because it's such a small field space. Eventually, at a later date, this field will probably get condensed into that one. I'll cut this middle line out and we'll just have one really long field here, but right now it is more used to me in two pieces. So in two pieces it shall stay. You actually can see the difference. I didn't realise you can see the colour difference just. So let me just check while he's doing this. So prices, this canola. Price isn't quite the worst. Grain bars terminal 967, so I'd give it like another 6,000. The fence, like I said, I'm tempted to take it, just. But do we need it though? Will that money make a. Yeah, we're at least 2 months away from any form of harvesting yet. That ain't gonna happen for a while. I think we're gonna be 2 months off cutting this grass again. Just because if it goes through the 2 stages of ready to grow like 22 did, this, I mean, this is still being classed as like growing, not ready to harvest yet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wait 2 months before I can do anything with this. That's that done. I definitely do want to buy one of these at some point because it is proving really useful. This is a reasonable contract for us to finish on. I need to bring this in here first. Actually, off to one side of that really works. It means you could. You'd be like backing in like that. P. Not P. I'm so used to it being in P. Turn you. Anything good in contracts? Look at like transport stuff because of fertilizing. Mowing, but I'd have to borrow their equipment. Mowing's the same, I'd have to borrow his equipment. And they're all tiny fields. Plowing, I'd have to borrow his equipment. Rock removal. Wow. When I said about fields to me aren't worth it, look at that little thing. Might even go up and have a look at that. And that stone picking there. You get basically £1,000 for doing it. It's nice and close to the shop. Ah, so you're going to do it in separate sections now. Tethering. No, I don't think that really maybe jeopardize that wood transport, but 21 trees and I'm not yet up to that task, so I'll show you guys quickly this thing. So we'll do this, we'll get our animals cared for. Let's see if I remember the skills. I just about had them in 22 because I spent a while using, actually ironically, a dolly slurry tanker. Is that not in the right place? Jesus, he must be so close. The trick is to make sure you are dead straight. Remember that it's going to go the other way. See, like that. There we are. So that's all they wanted. That field's looking very good now, I must admit. I'm more than happy with those. That field and I actually haven't been down and looked at our wheat field. I should do. Our wheat that should be barley, but I'm an idiot. I will not forget that in a hurry. I see that's both of them full. What would normally have taken 3 or 4 trips with the other one. It's taken half of this one. Roll back into here. Out of the way. I love on this slope, you know you just end up putting all the water down there. Right, so that's that full. Why have you got it stuck? I'm guessing 8,000 litres is pretty much on the top end of the weight side for what these things can manage. Oh, that's not to worry, that's something we can... More ammo in the let's buy a new tractor gun. I'd love to, but seems to be a long way away. I'm really open to welcoming your guys' tips, because this does seem to be very slow progress right now. Should we do a bit of a talk to Walter? We haven't done that for a few episodes, see what he has to say for himself. I'm just going to park the tractor up as far out there. Bring you over to the farmhouse as well, because I don't want you sat. I'm trying to keep the yard a little tidier than I was. I don't know, let's run across the door and have a conversation with Ben. We haven't spoken to Ben yet. Oh well, I'll talk with good old Uncle Ben, because he'll help us grow rice. Where's he? This must be his house. Oh, he's got a nice barn.
Look who we have here. Last time I saw you, you were playing in cow dung.
Yeah, last week
Remember
was
me?
rough.
I'm Ben. Some call me by my nickname, Helper B.
You're the one that flipped my tractor all the time in 22.
You had a cold and wanted to play in mud after heavy rain. Lucky you couldn't smell what it actually was. You know, I've been helping your old grandpa for well over 3 decades now. Walter hired me as a helper some 35 years ago. I was still fresh and couldn't drive a plow straight around the corner of an odd-shaped field. He showed me everything back then. It didn't take long before your grandparents couldn't live without me. He and his wife welcomed me to the family, and I became part of the farm. Did I want to run my own farm when I was young? Yes, I did. But that never happened. Doesn't matter, though. In a way, you could say I got stuck here. But I tell you what, that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
I
Don't
bet.
have to travel the world and reinvent myself all the time. That just sounds exhausting. I like you already. And you know, Walter has been a great boss and mentor to me. But let's get back to the present. I'm happy that you're here and taking over the farm. The last few months have been a challenge. I tell you that. Walter is getting older. He's tired. It had deep wrinkles on his forehead before you arrived. Even deeper than usual.
Maybe you hit him with the
And
plow.
I'm not getting younger either. I avoid movement at all costs to protect my joints. However, since it was set in stone that you'd take over, his mood instantly turned around. Tell me, are you nervous about taking over? Sure you will. No doubt about it.
I'm a bit of a
I
veteran by this
remember my
point.
first day at the farm. I felt like a newborn calf, stumbling around aimlessly. But don't worry, we'll get you up to speed. This place may seem big and intimidating at first, but that's normal. Well, since your grandfather slowed down, he didn't really bother with the latest machines and did a lot of stuff, well, in an old school kind of way. That's probably why he sent you to me.
He sent me,
I'm
did he?
an avid reader of all those agricultural magazines, you know? Old, but still learning. However, if you need advice on livestock or forestry, you should talk to Katie and Noah, the local animal farmer and lumberjack. If you come to me, I can help you make sure everything grows well in the fields. As your grandpa always says, a watched crop never fails. Except if a twister hits. Happens.
Doesn't
Whenever
seem
you
to
need me,
suffer.
kid. See ya.
And from the wise words of Uncle Ben, I think we should call it an episode, folks. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you really enjoyed this episode. We seem to be making good progress, not as quick as I would like, but I'm working on it. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, check out what else we have to offer. And until next time, I'll see you. Goodbye.